About a month ago, the unthinkable happened for me. My PC that I've been using for all my composing stuff since about 2021 basically died on me, totally abruptly and without any warning. During the weeks that followed, I basically became obsessed with researching all the latest computer parts, and I planned in intricate detail about how I would configure the pre-built PC of my dreams with 12 cores, 96 gigabytes of RAM, 6 consoles, 10 computers, bunch of fucking wires. Look, obviously the computer you use matters, but it doesn't matter as much as you might think. The truth is, these days you do not need a very good PC to write music, even orchestral music. To prove this, I went and wrote some music on my 2012 MacBook Pro. I bought this 2 years ago for less than €200, and it's kind of the bare minimum as far as laptops are concerned. It has an i5 from 2012, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and a pretty fast SSD, but it only has a fraction of the CPU power that my main desktop PC used to have. So here is how it went. Alright, I have arrived at the Mac. One thing I find so annoying about music production is that because every plugin developer has their own program you need to install the samples with, it just takes so long to get back up and running on a new PC. But thankfully, I backed up most of my contact libraries on my SSD, which, I mean, please, if you make music and you care about your work, back your shit up. It is so invaluably useful when a PC fails on you, and the PC will fail on you at some stage. So my strategy for this is, of course, I want to see if my favorite sample libraries will actually run on this very old machine. But also I want to try out some older sample libraries, like the Session Strings from Native Instruments, which I think is pretty ancient at this stage. Okay, a bit of a time jump, but our sample libraries have installed, so let's see what it has in store for us. You saw nothing. I actually do have a Reaper license, but I'm saving it for when I get my computer back, I swear. Alright, let's see how our Session Strings holds up. I always love the pizzicato from this library. I still use it on some things. It can actually be really useful for a walking bass line and anything that's kind of jazz related. You get a little bit. It's pretty nice. I think we could try and make an orchestral piece that kind of has a sneaky trickster kind of vibe to it. Oh my god, this is the Doom thing, That's really funny. I actually really like the idea of taking that Doom motif and turning it into something playful. Oh, I do love the Stroh violin. If you have the full version of Contact, you have to get the Stroh violin. It's just this really wonky sounding solo violin, but it has a little sequencer you can use. I'll show it to you. It's also really loud. You can make some really interesting rhythms with this. Right, we're going to put all of our pizzicato tracks into a folder and just call it Silly Piz. Pizzing is just a objectively hilarious thing to do. Okay, so let's try something a bit more difficult, probably. Try some Pacific Ensemble Strings. This is a library that came out a year or two ago, so you would assume it to be a bit more taxing for a PC like this. For a Mac like this, it is not a PC. Clusterizers. I like that. Needs to come in earlier. Right down a bit. No. Needs to be a bit more. We need a violins 1. Just legato sustains, that'll do. That'll be pretty good. Alright, let's see if we can get some cellos in here. I really like that. I'm going to copy this violin track and add like a really high violin an octave above, just for the very end to give a sense of wow. I think this is almost done, honestly. It's a pretty simple project, but it's effective for what it wants to do. I think, honestly, give it a bit of extra percussion and we're basically done here. Maybe a bass drum could do it. It's possible. This is an amazing free demo of the upcoming Pacific Percussion as well. If you have the full version of Contact, you can get this, and it just has like a bunch of percussion instruments. It's really handy. What I really want is actually some like high percussion, like triangles, tambourines, the works basically. We're not really looking for like epic percussion, but I think that might be the only percussion that I really have on this SSD. Jeez. That's pretty epic. Why is that so fucking loud? Hang on. Yeah, I think that's our finished song. I mean, the levels of mischievousness are just truly off the charts right now, I think it's fair to say. So, yeah, here's what it sounds like. There you go. So as you might have guessed, it's been a few days since I did that recording, and since then I got a replacement for my broken computer, so I'm really happy about that. But I gotta say, this thing was seriously impressive, even with the not so powerful specs it had. I think it can be really tempting to get like lost in the weeds of, if I just get this next best thing, then my music will be even better. It's totally bullshit. The only thing that's going to make your music better, for the most part, is how much time you dedicate to improving it. So if there is a moral to this story, I think it is to not obsess too much over the tools that you are using, and instead focus on the process and doing what you love. So, see you next time.